Hi, this is James from TaxLiensHQ.com, and in this video I'm going to be sharing with you information on how to download federal tax lien data from Palm Beach County, Florida. So let's jump right into the process and get on with the video. When you come to the site for the first time, you're going to see information about the federal tax liens that we've been adding to our system lately. You'll be able to see a chart showing you all the federal tax liens we've added by day, and you'll be able to see how many tax liens are in the system. When you get to the site, though, you're going to want to register for a free account first. So you're going to want to click on the link that says Register for Free Account. It's toward the top of the page. Looks just like that. Once you click on that link, you'll see a page that looks like this. It says Register for a Free Account. Enter in your first name and your last name and your email address. If you happen to have a registration code, you're welcome to enter it there. And then click on the Register button. Once you click on the register link, you'll get an email like this from the system automatically. This has your login and password for you to be able to log into the site. Your login is usually your email address, and the password is a random system-generated password. I will point out one thing about the password, and that is they are case sensitive. So uppercase and lowercase matter. If your password has uppercase letters or lowercase letters, you need to enter in the uppercase and lowercase exactly as it's shown in your email. One of the things I'd like to do is just copy and paste using my computer in order to log in using that. Once you've gotten your login and password in that email, you can go back to the TaxLiensHQ.com website and then click on the link Login to Account. Once you click on Login to your account, you're going to see a page that looks like this. Just enter in your email address that you used to register and the password that we sent over in that email. Remember, uppercase and lowercase do matter, so make sure you either copy and paste it or you type it in correctly, and then click on the button to log into account. Once you log into account, you're going to see a page that looks very similar to this. You'll notice that it shows you the chart of the number of tax liens that have been added to the system by day. Beneath that, it's going to show you a list of all the different batches that you can download of the tax liens. Right now, we're going to focus on the blue link that has the big red arrow that says Download Batches of Tax Liens. Once you click on that, you're going to have a page that looks sort of like this. We've shown this all on one page. I'm going to go into detail here on the next slide, but you'll be able to go and select exactly the tax liens that you want to download as part of your download batch. The first thing you can select on the page is the range of tax lien values. You can get tax liens of a variety of values. You can start at $0. You can go all the way up to, looks like, what is that, $1 billion or something like that. And you can select what range you want for the tax values. Go ahead and click on the link for whatever range of values you want, and that will be the range of tax lien values that you get on the system. Next thing you'll be able to select is the starting lien date. You can use liens from a certain date forward, or you can say all available liens in the system if you want to grab liens like that. In addition, you can decide whether or not you want to include phone numbers in your download, or if you just want the tax lien data without telephone numbers. We don't have phone numbers for every single lien in the system, so if you need phone numbers and you click on this link to say yes, include phone numbers, it will limit the number of tax liens that you possibly can download. You can decide whether you want personal or business tax liens, so you can go ahead and select that business, or you can select individual. You can also select the type of lien, IRS liens only, state liens only, or in this case, both. Which liens first? You can decide whether you want liens delivered to you from our database when they're entered in there, or the lien filing date. If you're going to get all the liens for a certain set of criteria, it really doesn't matter. However, if you're going to select only a limited number, then the order in which we deliver them to you, whether they're ordered by the date that they're entered into our database or the lien filing date, does make a difference, and so you have the choice to select that. You can also select a certain state or states that you want to get liens from. So if you only want liens from a particular state, you can go ahead and click on this option here, and you'll be able to select those. As you can see, this is the page for being able to determine which states you do want to include or exclude. So you're welcome to go ahead and add any states you want, include from all states, exclude from all states, and then kind of put it in there, whatever you need in order to set that up. Then you can also limit by which website you've gathered the data from. So if you only want it from a certain website, then you can go ahead and click on that, and it will only show you liens from that particular website. You can decide whether or not you want these liens delivered to you daily. A lot of our clients are going to be wanting liens delivered to them daily based on the newest ones we have in the system. So you can go ahead and set this up either as a one-time order, or you can decide to set this up as a recurring batch. I'm going to go into a lot of detail when we look at the batches table about what recurring batches are, but realize if you want liens delivered to you automatically every single day, you're going to want to go and say yes. go ahead and have liens delivered to me daily, and then we'll automatically do it every evening. We'll send you the newest liens to your system so that next morning you get in there, it's got the latest tax liens available for you to download. Once you're done, you can go ahead and click on that link that says you certify it, and then order your batch of liens. Click on that button, and it will show up in this table of tax liens. So basically at the top of that page, it showed you a little table. You can go ahead and look at the table here. This is just some sample data. I'm going to go over and explain to you what's going on with this chart here. The first thing I want to point out to you is the little symbol that shows that it's a recurring batch. Remember I talked to you about being able to download the newest tax liens every single day? Well, that little circular icon shows that you're able to download these tax liens every single day. So this row is now a recurring batch. It's showed by that little icon, and that says that each night this thing's going to run and set up a new batch for you to download. The batches that you can actually download are the ones with the number of liens listed by them. The recurring batch actually creates a new batch each night for you to go ahead and download. This little icon of the telephone shows you whether or not telephone numbers are included. If telephone numbers are not included, there'll be a little N there showing that telephone numbers are not included. It just tells you whether it's a business or personal. It'll either say BIZ or INDIV for individual. And in this case, we're showing all business liens that are included in this batch. You can decide whether you want IRS, state, or both. That's what it's showing here. In this case, we're getting both. It's showing you all liens are included. The next thing is whether or not you have a state or website geographical limitation on it. If you only want liens from a particular state or particular website, it will show a little asterisk here. In this particular case, we're getting all of them from across the country that we happen to have in the database. The value range of liens, this will show you what the starting range is, what the ending range is, and you can kind of get a feel for what the value range of these particular liens are in this batch. Now, this next number here, I've jumped down a little bit on the page. It shows you the date of the batch created for download. So basically, these little recurring batches, the ones that show up top with the little recurring symbol, they create a new batch each evening for you. Now, this date is shown right here is the date that the batch was created for you. So this one in particular was dated November 13th. So that batch was created on November 13th for you, and it was probably created from one of these recurring batches. You can see on the recurring batches, instead of a date created, it shows you that it's filling it daily. If you want to stop this batch from being delivered daily, you can click on Cancel Recurring. That's going to pause the batch for you. If you ever want to unpause it, you can click on the Unpause button again, or if you want to archive it because you never plan on using it again, you have that option too once you click on Cancel Recurring. Now, once you have a batch delivered, you can go ahead and download the data as either a CSV, which opens right up in Excel for you, or whatever your Office program is, or you can download as a PDF with one lien to a page. A lot of our tax resolution companies that are doing like call centers and doing telemarketing to tax lien people, they are usually going ahead and printing out the PDFs so that they can go ahead and just hand those out to their salespeople and have the calls going out there and doing that. So we have both the option of doing a CSV or formatting it right into PDF for you. If you want to look through the batches you have, you can go ahead and click on these links down here. You can go to Next 10. You can look at all the batches, just the recurring batches, or you can see your archived batches. That's where they get hidden, where you no longer need them anymore from the recurring. And that's an overview of the Tax Liens HQ download system for downloading federal tax liens. So go ahead and go to taxlienshq.com and download your federal tax liens right now.